Hello everyone, I am Sunil Kumar, and in this lecture I am going to talk about the first application of divide and conquer, which is finding the maximum or minimum element in the array. So see, what is this? Let us try to let us assume I am having one array. Let us say I am having one array. In that array, so name of the array is, let's say, A, and in that, so this is let me say 0 index number 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total elements in this array are 8 elements. Now this is index number 0, index number 1, and it is up to index number 7. So let me store some random values in this. So let's say this is 19, this is 81, and this is let's say 13, and this is 28, this is 7, and this is, let's say, 91, this is, let's say, 5, and let's say this is 2. So these are the random values I have stored in this array. Now what I want to find, what is the minimum element in this array and what is the maximum element in this array. If I see this array, so minimum element is present in this array is, which is 2, and what is the maximum element in this array? So maximum element present which is 91. So this is the maximum element. Now, but how to solve this problem? First I will solve this problem with the help of just one loop, or you can say this that method is called as iterative method. So let us try to see how we can solve. So simply we can see, let's suppose this is index number I and this is index number j. So what I can do, simply I can apply one for loop. Let me initialize min value. So I'm initializing min value. Let's say this is a of I, means first value itself I'm assuming this is minimum value, and what is maximum value? Let us assume first value itself is the maximum value. So this is min. I have initialized by default. So min value is first value. So what min contains actually? Now min contains 19, and max contains, that is also 19. So we have assumed, we don't know in this array which one is minimum and which one is maximum. So we have assumed first element as minimum or maximum. So simply I can, what I can do, I can simply write one for loop. So that will be 0 to what is the length of the array. So let us assume this is I less than, in general way it is I less than n and I plus plus. You can write 7 also here in this array. So 7, you can write 7, but you have to make it I less than equal to 7. So now what you can do, so anyhow, so you can compare second elements onward whether this is minimum or not, minimum or maximum. So let us assume I'm comparing if, so this is, let's say, okay, so let's say a of I, if a of I less than min value. If a of I is less than min value, then I'll update my min value. So simply I will update my min value. Min value, what it is going to be? It is going to be a of I. So this is what the procedure. Then again, let me write one more statement. If a of I greater than max, then in that case also I can update maximum value, so which is nothing but a of I. So this is how I can calculate min value or maximum value. So let us see in first, a of I is what? 19, and min value is also 19. 19 less than 19, condition false, so min will not be updated. Now see next next iteration, a of I is what? A of I is 19 and max value is also 19. So 19 greater than 19, condition false, so it will not be updated. In the second iteration, when I will become 1, when I will become 1 less than 7, or 1 less than 7 equal to, so it is, condition is true. Now a of I is what? So I is pointing to the second index, 81. 81 less than min, 81 less than min, no, so this will not be updated. Min will remain 19. Now a of I is what? 81. 81 greater than max, so max contains now 19, so this will be updated. So max will be updated, which is going to be 81. So this is going to be 81. Now see, again I will be incremented, I will become now 2. Now I will become 2. Now a of 2, a of 2 means 13 less than min. So 13 less than 19 condition is true, so this will be updated. So 13 will be copied into min. So now min has updated, so it is going to be 13. So it is going to be 13. Okay, now in the next iteration, what will happen? So see, I will become 2 now. So a of 2, so a of 2 is what? 13 less than wait, so this is what? Previously it was 19, so 13 less than 19, so we have already updated. Now let us talk about the max. So a of I, 13 greater than max 81. So 13 greater than 81 condition false, so we cannot update this. Again I will become 3. This time. So what will happen? 3 less than condition is still true, because n value is what? N value is total. How many elements are there in this array? So n value is 8. So condition is still true. A of I, a of 3 is what? A of 3 is nothing but 28. 28 less than 13. Min value is 13. So condition is false. Now let us take second iteration. So a of I, what is a of I? A of I is a of 3 means 28. 28 max contains 81, so it is not going to be updated. Now again it will become 4. Again it will become 4. 4 less than 8 condition true. A of I is what? A of 4. A of 4 is 7. Now see, 7 less than min contains 13, so condition is true this time, so it is going to be updated. Now 7 will be copied into min. So 7 is going to be copied. Now, so 7 greater than 81 condition false, so it will not be updated. Now it will again increment the value of I. So now I will become 5. Now 5 less than 8 condition is still true. Now condition is still true. A of I. A of I is what? A of 5. A of 5 is 91. 91 less than 7 condition false. And now 91 greater than 81 condition true. So max will be updated 91. So this will be updated 91. Now see again, I will be incremented. It is going to be 6. So 5 less than 7. 5 less than 7 condition is true. So min will be updated. It is going to be 6. It is going to be 6. Min is going to be 6. Now finally min contains 6. Now then A of I. A of I is what? 5, because 6 I value is 6. So A of 6 is 5. 5 greater than 91 condition false, so it will not be updated. Again I value will be incremented. So 7 this time. 7 less than 8 condition true. So A of I, A of 7. A of 7 is what? 2. 2 less than 6 condition is true, so min will be updated. So finally min contains 2. Now max 2. 2 greater than 91 condition false, so it will not be updated. Now finally I is going to be incremented. It is going to be 8. Now 8 less than 8 condition false, so will come out from the loop. So in this way we can find minimum or maximum value. But see what will happen if you solve this, like this is what this method is called iterative method. So we can solve this method, so we can solve this problem by divide and conquer approach also. So let us see how we can solve this problem by divide and conquer. What divide and conquer says, let us try to find. Okay. So let us assume find max and min in the array. So what will be the input? So input will be A is my array, A is the array, and I is, let's say I is the starting index and J is the last index, and I want to find maximum value and I want to find min also in this array. So in this problem I want to, so this is my input. A is what? A is the array and I is the starting index, J is the last index, max is what? I want to find max value and I want to find the min value. So what I will do, first I am applying divide and conquer approach. So what divide and conquer says, if problem is big then you divide, if problem is not big, first so you can simply return. Now let us say we have to check the condition for a small problem also. Now let's suppose if array contains only one element. So what would be the scenario? Let's say this is my array, and this is the start, like index number 0, and so this will be I and this will also be j, because if array contains only one element, so this will be the like starting index, and this will be only the last index value. So see, in this case, so what will happen? Let's see, if I equal to j, it means what? If it means what means array contains only one element. If array contains only one element, means what? In this array, what would be the maximum and what would be the minimum? That value itself is going to be the minimum value, and that value itself is going to be maximum value. So let us store that value. So you can say, let me store. So min is going to be what? Min is going to be a of I, and min is going to max is going to be what? A of I. Then you can simply return a of min and max value, So this is what for only one element, if array contains one element. So let me write if array contains one element, if array contains one element. So this condition is for if array contains one element. Let us assume if array contains two elements, then what we can do? Now do we need to solve that problem or not? Let's say my array contains two elements. So let's say this is 7, or you can say 27, and this is, let's say 5. So this is index number 0 and this is index number 1. So let us say this is starting index I and this is ending index j. Now, so what is the condition? Now if array contains two elements, then what is the condition? So if I equal to j minus 1, what is the value of I? I is 0, j is what? 1, 1 minus 1, it is going to be 0. So this is what the condition for if array contains two elements. So let us assume I am starting index from 1, this is starting index and this is ending index. So let us see condition will remain same or not. So I value is 1, now j is what? 2, 2 minus 1. So condition will remain same, there is no change in the condition. So let us put so this is what? 0 and this is 1. Now see, in that case what we can do? Now first, because we are having only two elements, so we can simply compare these two elements, because comparison will not take more than constant time. So we can simply compare. So what I can do, if a of I less than a of j, because I am having only two elements, so that is the reason I am doing comparison. If a of I less than a of j, if it is true, then what would be my minimum value? So what would be my minimum value? So minimum value is going to be what? A of I. And what would be your maximum value in that case? Your maximum value is going to be what? So you can say maximum value is going to be if it is less than, your maximum value is going to be a of j, because you are comparing only two elements. So this is going to be maximum value. Now if it is not true, it means what? In that case a of I is what? 27 less than a of j is what? 5. So condition is not actually true. So what will happen? So we'll go to the else part and we'll update min value is what? Min value is going to be a of j, and max value is going to be a of I. So this is what the condition for if array contains two element. If array contains two element. If array contains two elements. But see, now this is what if part. And let's say if array contains more than two elements, then what will happen? So divide and conquer says, in that case what you can do, you can simply divide the problem, because we are following divide and conquer approach. One element problem is a small problem, so we have tried to find the solution. Two element problem is also a small problem, because in that only there are two elements, so we are just comparing and we are just finding the value of minimum and maximum. But if it contains more than one element, means what? Let's suppose my problem contains four elements, let us assume. 1 2 3 4. So 0 1 2 3. So this is what array. Let's say it is 15, it is 8, it is let's say 91, it is 3, or you can say okay 3. Otherwise let's take 5 or 4. Let us take 6, let's say. You can assume any value. Okay, so this is my starting index and this is last index. If you see, is it first condition? No, I and j are not same, so this is not first condition, means array does not contain first element, only one element. Now this is second condition? No, because j value is what? 3, 3 minus 1 is going to be 2 and I is going to be 0, so this is also not the second condition. So what you can do, you can divide the problem into two parts. So you can calculate mid. So how to calculate mid? First let us declare mid. Now how to calculate mid? I plus j divided by 2. So in this way we can calculate mid. Now what you can do, you can call the C, because your mid value is what? Your mid value is this is your mid value. So your mid value is, in this case, what is your mid value? So 0 plus 3 is what? 0 plus 3 0 plus 3 divided by 2. So it is going to be basically 1.5. 1.5. So you can take like a floor value. So if you take floor value, so mid is going to be what? Mid is going to be 1. So that time mid is going to be 1. Okay, so this is going to be your mid. Now what you can do now, for you this is your one problem and this is your another problem. So you have divided that problem into two parts. So what you can do, you can again apply divide and conquer on this, and after completing this problem you can apply divide and conquer on the right hand side part. So let me apply divide and conquer on first part. So what is my function calling? Find max min, and this is A is my array, this array, a left hand side array, and I is the starting index and last index would be mid. And I have to find the min 1 and max 1. What is min 1 and max 1? Because first I will find one min from here and one max from here, and I will find one min from here and one max from here. So I will compare both the minimum, which one is minimum, then that would be my final minimum. And if I take one maximum from here and one maximum from here, so because this is separate problem and this is separate problem, so for every problem I will have minimum value and maximum value. Once I will find the two maximum or two minimum, then I'll compare and I'll find the final min. Okay, so I have called the divide and conquer on the left hand side. So now let me call the divide and conquer on the right hand side. So what I can do, find max min A, and what would be my right hand side? So it is going to be mid plus 1 and last index is j, and this is what? Min 2 and max 2. So this is what the actually you can say your calling. Now let us say, so let us execute this. So in this case I value is 0 and j value is 0. So this condition is not true. It means what? We have to execute this else part. So we are moving to this else part. Let us say, let me put in else part. So this is what your else part. So this is what your else part. You are moving to the else part. Now let us calculate. So I value is what? I value is 0 and j value is 3. So mid is going to be what? Mid is going to be, we have calculated mid is nothing but 1. So mid is 1. Okay, we have calculated mid. Now in this, let me pass the values. So A is array, I is what? 0, and mid is what? Mid is 1, and we have to find the minimum. So this is function calling. So it will call this function again. Again it will call this function. So what will happen? Previously I value was 0 and j value was 3. So for that I am checking. So I am executing this part. But now I value is 0 and mid value is 1. So now 0 and mid. So I am passing mid value is 1. So j will receive. So it is going to be 1. Now 0 and I value is 0 and j value is 1. Now condition is true? No. Condition now I value is 0 and j value is 1. So this condition is true. Now let us try to check what happens in this case. A of I, what is A of I? A of I is what? 15 less than A of j. A of j is what? A of j is nothing but so A of j is what? Actually j contains 1. So j is 8. So now condition is false, so I will execute this else part. In else part, a of j is what? 8. So min value is going to be, so my min 1 is going to be 8, and max 1 is going to be, so a of j contains 8 and max 1 contains a of i. A of I is nothing but 15. So this is going to be my min 1 and max 1. Okay, so this is complete. If it is complete, then control will go back to this line. So this line is also completed. I have found the value of min 1, which is nothing but 8, and I have found the value of max 1, which is 15. Okay, so this line is completed. Now I have to call the next line. What is next line? Next line is nothing but I have to call. Okay, let us say. So what is the I value in this? Mid plus 1. Mid plus 1 is nothing but mid value is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. So I value will become 2, and j value is what? J is nothing but j will remain same. So in this case, j is what? 3. Now I am calling for 2 and 3. So this condition is again false. Now again it will execute this part. So 2 equal to 3 minus 1, it is going to be 2. It means what? My right hand side part contains 2 elements. Now, so again let us execute. A of I. What is A of I? A of I means what? A of 2. A of 2 is what? 91. 91 less than A of j. A of j means what? 3. A of j means 6. So condition is true. Condition is true means what? I have to execute the else part. So in else part, so because I'm calling for the second min 2 and max 2, I want to calculate min 2 and max 2. So this time min 2 is going to be what? Min 2, I have to execute this part. A of j is what? A of j is going to be my min 2. A of j is nothing but 6. Now what is max 2? Max 2 is going to be A of I. So I value is what? 2. So A of 2 is 91. So this is my max min 2 and this is my max 2. Now, so this is what? Min 2 is what? Min 2 contains 6 and max 2 contains 91. Now, but because see, I have found 2 minimum value and 2 maximum value, but I need only 1 minimum value and 1 maximum value for this problem. So what I can do, I can again simply compare. I can simply compare these 2 minimum and maximum. So let us compare. If let's say min 1 less than min 2, then what will happen? So final minimum will be what is final minimum? Minimum is going to be min 1. Else what? It is not necessary to write this brackets. So final minimum is going to be what? Final minimum is going to be min 1 and else if it is not true, but in this case yes, in this case it is not true. So final minimum is going to be min 2. Okay, so similarly you can write the condition for max also. So if max 1 greater than max 2, if max 1 is greater than max 2, then final maximum is going to be which one is your final maximum? So final maximum is going to be max 1, and else in this case is it true or not true? So the max 1 is 15 and max 2 is what? 91. So it is not true. So final maximum is going to be what? Max 2. So this is what the else part, and this is your okay. So see, now if you got min 1 value and you got min 2 value. Now let us execute. Min 1 value is what? 8 and min 2 value is what? 6. So 8 less than 6 condition false. So final minimum is going to be what? Min 2. So final minimum is going to be 6. So this is what? The minimum value in this array. Now, so max 1 is what? Max 1 is what? Max 1 is 15 and greater than max 2. What is max 2? 91. So condition false. Condition false means we are going to execute the else part. So final maximum is going to be max 2. So max equal to max 2. So it is going to be 91. So see, in this array, if you see minimum value is 6 and maximum value is 91. So in this way you can find the solution for finding the maximum or minimum value in this array. So let us try to analyze the recurrence relation for this problem. So see, because this is what condition for one elements, this is what condition for one element, so it will take constant amount of time, so I'm representing with C. So this is again constant, so it will take constant amount of time. So let me write order of C, and this is order of C, constant amount of time, maybe 5 second, 1000 seconds or 1 lakh seconds, but still it is constant. Now if you see here also I'm dividing the problem, but again dividing will also take order of one time, or you can say order of constant, whatever you can say. So this is ultimately it is constant, order of 1. Now but here it is interesting, see I'm solving now I called for n elements problem here, but after dividing I'm solving this I'm solving the n by 2 elements problem. So it will take, let us suppose my entire problem takes t of n time, my entire problem takes, let's suppose, let me write here. So this is what recurrence relation I'm writing. So let's suppose my entire problem takes t of n time to solve the problem. So this part is solving half problem, so means what, I to mid, so it will take t of n by 2 time. Now after solving this I have to solve this also, so it is also taking t of n by 2 time. Now so plus, now t n by 2 plus t n by 2, now plus constant time. So this is again it will take constant amount of time, because just comparison will always take constant amount of time. So this is what, order 1. So I'm I'm adding all the constant, this is also constant, this is also constant, this is also constant, and this will also take constant. So I'm adding all constants. So let me write C. So what is the recurrence relation for finding maximum or minimum? So it is going to be 2t n by 2 plus C. So this is what the final recurrence relation for finding the maximum or minimum element in the array. So let us try to solve this equation by substitution method. So let me remove this. So what is the recurrence relation we got? We got t of n equal to 2t n by 2 plus c. So this is what the recurrence relation we got. Sir, what is the termination condition in this? So let us assume termination condition is t1 of equal to 1. So this is the termination condition I have assumed. So let us say in this what I can do, I can simply substitute the value of t of n by 2. How to find t of n by 2? So let us try to find t of n by 2. So let us assume this is my equation number 1. This is my equation number 1, and let me write that equation number 1, t of n equal to 2t n by 2 plus c. So this is my equation number 1. In this equation, if I replace this n, if I replace this n by n by 2, then I can find the value of t of n by 2. So let us replace. So it is what, t of n by 2 equal to 2 will be as it is, t of n, I'm replacing n by n by 2, so it will become n upon 2 square plus c. If I substitute this value in this equation, so this is going to be 2 will remain same. Now let me substitute, so c will also remain same. So now let us substitute this value. So it is going to be 2t n upon 2 square plus c. So ultimately it is going to be 2 square t n upon 2 square, n upon 2 square. Okay, then it is going to be plus 2c plus 2c plus so it is going to be 3c. So it is going to be 3c. Correct. Okay, so see next, let's say I need to find the value of t of n upon 2 square. So what I can do, I can simply I can replace this n upon this n by n upon 2 square. So let us replace t of n upon 2 square. If I replace this, so it is going to be 2 of t upon n upon, it is going to be 2q plus c. So if I substitute this value, let us substitute. So it is going to be 2 square now. So let us let me write this is going to be okay. So it is going to be 3c now. So if you multiply this, so it is going to be 2 t of n upon 2q plus 2 square c. So 2 square So it is going to be so 2t n upon 2q n plus c. Correct. Correct. Okay, so now if you can multiply, so let us multiply this. It is going to be 2q t of n upon 2q plus 2 square c plus so I can write 2c and c. Okay, now let us substitute one more time, because I'm not getting pattern, what pattern I'm getting in this. So I have splitted this 3c into 2c plus c. So let us substitute one more time, then we'll understand what pattern I'm getting. So if I replace, if I want to find the value of n upon 2 cube, so what I will get, simply replace n upon 2 upon 2 cube, n upon 2 cube. So so what I will get, if I let us do t of n upon 2 cube equal to 2t n upon, it is going to be n upon 2 raised to power 4 plus c. So let us substitute. So it is going to be 2 cube, it will remain same. So let us substitute the value for this. So value is what, 2t n upon 2 n upon so it is going to be 2 raised to power 4 plus c. Now it will be as it is. So it is what, 2 square c plus 2 raised to power 1 c plus, let us write 2 raised to power 0. So 2 raised to power 0 is nothing but 1. So let me write, because I am getting one pattern, I think. So if you see, this is going to be 2 raised to power 4 and t of n upon 2 raised to power 4 plus 2 raised to power cube c plus 2 raised to power 2c plus 2 raised to power 1c plus 2 raised to power 0c. I think I understood what pattern I'm getting. So see, if it is 4, it is 3, it is 2, it is 1. So I'm getting one series. What I can do, I can simply so let us assume up to what term I am supposed to substitute. So let's suppose if I am substituting up to kth term. So in the next kth term, what I will get, 2 raised to power this is going to be k, and this is going to be n upon 2 raised to power k. Plus my next term would be 2 raised to power k minus 1 c, next term would be 2 raised to power k minus 2 plus like this it will continue up to 2 raised to power 1 c and 2 raised to power 0 c. So see, but I do not know the value of t of n upon 2 raised to power k, but I know the value of t of 1. So what I can do, I can assume n upon 2 raised to power k 1. So let us find the value of n upon n equal to 2 raised to power k. So if you take log both the sides, it is going to be log n. So it is going to be log both the sides. So let me remove this so that we can solve. Okay, so see, we are getting series. Now let us write 2 raised to power k is what? 2 raised to power k. What is the value of 2 raised to power k? 2 raised to power k is nothing but n. So this is n, and if you substitute n upon 2 raised to power k, n upon 2 raised to power k value is what? 1. So this is t of 1 plus. Now, so from this series you can take c common. Let us take c is common. Now what you will get, let me write in reverse order. So it is going to be 2 raised to power 0, 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 2, and it is up to 2 raised to power k minus 1. So it is actually how many terms are there? Total k terms. Now so let us simplify this. It is going to be n plus t of 1 is 1, so that is the reason it is going to be 1. Now c, so this is what actually series. What series? This is GP series, AP series. Okay, so see, what you can do for this is there is a formula 2 raised to power k minus 2 raised to power k minus 1 upon 2 minus 1. So you can see that series. Now it is going to be what? N plus c. 2 raised to power k is what? 2 raised to power k is nothing but 2 raised to power k is what? N. So n minus 1 upon 1. So if you see, so it is nothing but n plus nc minus constant. So ultimately time complexity for this equation is going to be order of n. So order of n is the time complexity for this recurrence relation. So like we have seen how to find the maximum or minimum element in the array by using iterative method as well as by divide and conquer approach. So this is what the time complexity we are getting for finding the maximum or minimum element in the array. So this is all about for finding the maximum or minimum element in the array. Thank you so much.